Hello everyone, welcome to the channel update for March. I hope everyone's February went well. Mine did not because I didn't get any snow, and... You know, what is a February without snow? I mean, unless of course you're in the southern hemisphere. I miss snow. We've not had much snow this winter, and I'm very disappointed. Anyway, on to the channel stuff. Of course, the active series are still all active. We've got... the White Huns of Britain, Crusader Kings 2 campaign still ongoing. Getting very close to getting the first achievements that I set myself for on that one. So I'm really looking forward to that. There's still a lot of campaign left. I suppose there's a possibility that that one will be the longest. On the other hand, we are certainly hitting a kind of a snowball point. You know, there's just comes a point where it's like you can expand faster than you can actually expand. So, just constantly wars at eventually in that campaign. We've also got Dragon Quest VI: Realms of Revelation. Yes, I am actually playing the European cartridge. I didn't even notice that until like 20, 30 episodes in. My cartridge is way down in a box somewhere, and I've never actually played it. So I never really paid any attention to what it was, and, you know, Realms of Rev, it's the same thing, and just brain fills it in with the rest. So I probably need to go through and edit the details of the various of the videos to make that clear that that is the same thing. Realms of Revelation in the U.S., Realms of Reverie in Europe. I actually like Realms of Reverie better. I think that's a better name, but whatever. Betrayal at Krondor. I'm gonna guess that's ending this month. I don't know for sure, but we're in the we're past the halfway point, and we're definitely at a point at which there's a lot less exploration available, and the chapters kind of move a bit faster. So I think that that is going to end this month. After that, we'll see what we got going on. Dragon Quest Builders 2, the stream footage for that is going to continue to be uploaded. I have at least another 50 episodes to post, and I haven't even finished editing all of the videos yet. I did wrap up the stream, so other than some isolated, streams where I just want to do something different or something like that, or revisit it, that's probably not coming back after all of that's done. I would like to do some, like on my own building to kind of show what I've changed when I, if I do start, get another stream in at some point, a shorter one. The problem is that I just don't have a whole lot of time for that, so, yeah, we'll see. Let's see. Dokopon Kingdom with MysteriousJG and Zerfall, that's still ongoing, but that's gone down to 2 days a week. There's been some time constraints that we haven't been able to record as much, and we're not going to be able to record as much, at least for the short-term future. So we've gone down to 2 episodes a week rather than the previous 3. Unfortunate, but, outside events kind of beyond anyone's control are dictating that. But we certainly do still plan to finish it. Go over to MysteriousJG's channel to check that out and check out his other videos. Of course, this playlist does have the videos in it. I have finished up the Crusader Kings 2 MS Bike Ride 2019 Donor Reward campaign. I'm very much open to doing another one this year if Zerfall does a 2020 MS Bike Ride charity stream and a bike ride. I don't know if Crusader Kings 3 is going to be out by then, but I probably would not want to dive into like modding that. So if I do this again, it's definitely going to be Crusader Kings 2. And I'll make some changes in how it handled. This one, there were things that I hoped the AI would do, and they didn't. And I need to look into the game to try and figure out what I can do to nudge some of the AI characters into doing more. Some of them just kind of sat and did nothing, even though they had claims, and they never pressed them, and I don't really know why. I'd kind of hoped that that would be the first thing that they did, and they didn't really do that, so... We'll see. We'll see how it goes. More on that this summer, probably. And the Spelljammer campaign, still ongoing, streamed on Saturdays. As of this recording, that would have been yesterday, and of course, next week. Still having lots of fun with this one. The players are entering the last leg of this adventure, and then they will have something completely new to do after that. Although this next leg will probably take a while as well. So it's been a long adventure, but it's been lots of fun. I've certainly been enjoying myself. Let's see. Other than that, of course, if you're relatively new to the channel, you can hit up these groupings: console RPGs, adventure games, Gold Box and other AD&D games, Ultimate and other PC RPGs, strategy and simulation games. If you want to explore the content that I have, take a look at all the old playlists. I have been doing this for many a year, so there's a lot of content a lot of old content to watch. And then, of course, the Dungeons & Dragons actual play session playlists there. There is, of course, Baldur's Gate 3 that they streamed some footage of, put up the opening cinematic. I am committing to playing that when it comes out. It's 5th edition, which is not my cup of tea. I am a 2nd edition person, but it is Baldur's Gate. It's not directly connected to Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, so even though I haven't done Baldur's Gate 2 yet, I'm not too concerned about jumping that and doing Baldur's Gate 3. It is by the people who did Divinity Original Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2, and I have not actually had a chance to watch the gameplay footage. From what most people said, it does look like Divinity Original Sin 3, which, for better or worse. I will say this about the opening cinematic: it looks fantastic. Get a good director, get a good writer, get some good actors, and which really is pretty much everything. But hey, turn that into a full-length movie. I think it would do pretty well. It looked very, very good. Of course, as a 2nd edition and a Spelljammer fan, I had lots of gripes, but isn't that always the case? Anyway, so if you are excited about that game, definitely look forward to that. Of course, I've also committed to playing other things, the new Final Fantasy VII when it comes out, and stuff like that. So that's all in the upcoming plans for this year. Some of that sooner than others, of course. That's really it for the channel stuff. Speaking of streams, since Dragon Quest Builders 2 has wrapped up, you might be wondering what has replaced it. On Mondays, I am now streaming the XCOM Files mod for OpenXCOM. That is basically an X-Files type lead-in to the regular XCOM game, but massively expanded. So you kind of start out as, agents for a non-governmental agency or an intergovernmental agency or something like that, an international organization, investigating paranormal events and strange events, kind of like the X-Files, that leads up to the events of the original XCOM. So it starts out in the end of 1996, and then in 1999 is when, as I understand it, the aliens start invading, and that would be the regular XCOM game. But again, like I said, it's fully expanded, tons of new weapons, tons of new mechanics, tons of new mission types. So if you're interested in that, if you don't know anything about it and are curious, do stop by the streams on Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and see what see what that's like. As it is a major expansion to XCOM, that will also probably be a rather long session of streams. So do stop by and check that out on Mondays. And of course, Saturdays, like I said, Spelljammer is still ongoing and will be for the foreseeable future. That's at noon Eastern Time. And I'm streaming most Fridays between around noonish and 2-ish Eastern Time. Times vary a little bit. It's just more of a fun stream day thing. I've been doing a lot of Crusader Kings too, although this past Friday I did a little bit more XCOM just because I wanted to. If you check out the streams on Mondays and Fridays, not on Saturdays, Twitch has this new stream points thing where as you watch, you generate points that you can then turn into other things like highlighting your message or manipulating some of the emoticons and stuff like that. But streamers have options of adding their own things, and one of the things that I've added, since I've named my channel points hams, so as you watch, you garner hams from watching my streams. Delicious. But you can redeem some of your ham for some history. I will read a random excerpt from a history book that I have on hand. I will say up front what the history book is at the start of stream. And, yeah, so it's just like a little short excerpt. I have tons of history books around. If you've been watching the streams, do let me know what you think of that, kind of fun edition. I'm hoping it's fun. If you enjoy it, do let me know. If you don't enjoy it, also let me know. It gives me an idea of, what the reaction is and stuff like that. Other than that, that's primarily what's going on with the channel. Not a whole lot of changes coming in the near future. I believe Final Fantasy VII got delayed until next month, so that won't be coming this month, if I remember correctly. Need to go double-check that. There is a monthly multiplayer this month. That will be on Saturday, the 14th of March, after the Spelljammer game, so at about 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to play another session of Talisman Digital Edition. I still don't have any additional characters. I haven't bought any more, but so it's going to be just the normal stuff. But it's been a fun play session every other time that we've done it, so I'm certainly looking forward to it. Again, this is first come, first serve. Anyone who wants to this is open to anyone, not just patrons. It was a Patreon reward or goal, but it is open to anyone who wants to play. But again, it's a first come, first serve basis thing, so let me know on Discord as soon as you can if you want in. Once again, that is Saturday, March 14th. I believe the game allows up to 5 other players besides me, so that's basically the first 5 people who can commit to playing in that. And that is, the voice is handled through Discord, so if you want to play, you do need to be on Discord, which link will be in the description below, and join up. And I'll do some if you haven't done it before, I'll do some testing, make sure that sound levels are good and everything like that. Anyway, that's really it for the channel stuff. If you've been following my Monster Mythology update project, this month I have Diirinka the Betrayer, who is the patron of the Derro dwarves, kind of a degenerate dwarf race, lives deep underground. Derro are pretty popular villains for Underdark campaigns. This was a really interesting one to work on. I ended up formalizing the second edition stats for savants into kind of a class. Obviously not intended for players, but it's always up to the dungeon master. So if that is something up a dungeon master's alley, they could definitely make allow a player to be a Derro savant. But it is pretty, trying to strictly follow the details in the Monstrous Compendium entry for the Derro, so it's not like bulked out or powered up or anything like that. It still only has access to the spells listed there. So, but it was pretty interesting to work on, and I hope it is interesting for those of you who try it out. But this was a fun one to work on, and it does kind of start us on the missing demi-human deities, deities that weren't in the book Demi-Human Deities. So there's a lot of fun stuff upcoming there. If you want to support me and everything that I'm doing here on YouTube, I do have a Patreon account with various membership levels and support. I believe this number is a little bit low right now because it's currently processing people and stuff like that. I think that's a little bit higher. But yeah, any support that you show me goes a long way to supporting the channel, supporting the videos that I produce, ensuring that I'm producing a lot. It really does mean a lot to me, no matter what level you support me at. Even $1 a month, which is $12 a year, nothing extra for fees on your part, and it really does go a long way. I've got a lot of viewers. If everyone chipped in $1, that would basically ensure that I could do this for perpetuity and not have to worry about major problems like my computer's crashing and not booting up and needing new equipment and stuff like that. So if you can support me, that would be fantastic on Patreon. If you want to support me on Ko-fi, you can do that as well. I do have a Ko-fi account, and you can buy me a ham. Ham. Delicious, delicious ham. So you can support me one of those two ways. Also, Twitch has subscriptions available. You can absolutely subscribe to me on Twitch, and that goes a long way. The more subscribers I get, the more emotes that I can create. There's actually a emote slots now available for people who do high amounts of cheers, so I need to look into that. I haven't set that up yet, but yeah, I mean, it just kind of creates more fun stuff on Twitch. And if you can support me on that, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can connect that up with Twitch, and for no extra money on your part, you can subscribe to one channel per month, and I would certainly not look and ask if that was me. Obviously, if you want to support someone else, that is fine too, if you weren't aware of that system. It's just a great use of that. If you already have an Amazon Prime account, you just support someone on Twitch for free. It's pretty great. Overall, again, whatever is best for you to support me works for me. If it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other, if it doesn't matter how you support me, if you're fine with any of those ways, Patreon is the best in terms of the payout. So that is my preferred method if it's all the same to you, kind of thing. But if you want to support me and you can only do one of those 3 ways, I would appreciate that regardless. I do appreciate everyone's support. It's really meant a lot to me. You guys are very generous, and it's pretty amazing. Honestly, when I started this 9-ish years ago, or actually just about like a month and a half away from 9 years, I never expected that. So it is fantastic, and it does mean a lot to me. And certainly if you can't afford anything, then just leaving likes on the videos, leaving comments, and just watching the videos entirely, all of that goes a long way as well. That is really fantastic. All of those things increase kind of the back-end metrics of, how YouTube evaluates what a good video is. If people react to a video with likes and comments, if people watch the video all the way through, to the very dumb artificial intelligence of YouTube, it says, "Oh, that's a good video. I should be promoting that." So all of those things are very good for getting more people in to view my channel. I've noticed recently that some of my playlists in particular, less so the videos, but a lot of the playlists actually come up pretty high in some of the search results. I've been getting a lot of good bumps off of Dragon Quest, especially with the new Dragon Quest Your Story movie on Netflix, which is based off of Dragon Quest V. That's brought in a bunch of new people. The re-releases of the early Dragon Quests on the Switch, that brought in a lot of new people. So I do appreciate that, all of you coming in for those games. It's fantastic. Thank you for watching, and I hope you stay around and check out the other stuff. I've got lots of things. Various genres, whatever you're interested in, other than, a few things like fighting games. That's not showing up much, but, if you enjoy Japanese RPGs, console, computer RPGs, and various strategy games like Crusader Kings 2, I got lots of that, so do stay a while. I hope you enjoy your time here. Once again, the names of supporters on Patreon are scrolling by on the bottom. I do really appreciate all that you guys have done. It is fantastic. And one of my supporters has sent me something absolutely amazing that I wanted to show off. Give a shout out, because it really did mean a lot. It actually brought a tear to my eye when it was offered. And that is a little mini-me dragon with a little mini ham as well. He is just absolutely adorable. This is handmade, and I don't really have words for the feelings that I have. It was fantastic getting the offer, and then actually getting this little guy. He's just really adorable. I took a few pictures to show off on Discord, so I thought I'd show them off here. Here he is discovering one of my history books and reading a little bit of Akkadian literature. It looks like someone has discovered the ham and is trying to steal it. How dare he? This is a little rabbite plushie that I made many, many years ago. I'm certainly not very good at it. It was kind of a test of whether I could do that and make them in enough quantities to try and sell them, and I couldn't. So I ended up with just a couple and gave most of them away. This is the only one that I have left. I actually made a hat much bigger, and I have that around too, but not too many of those. So my very rare attempts at anything creative that has nothing to do with writing or Lego. But here he is. Here's the dragon chasing off the evil villainous Rabbite, followers of the dark god Rab, trying to eat my ham. And then he makes another friend with the VV plushie that was available to people who purchased Final Fantasy IX back in the day. It was send in with a proof of purchase. And it was interesting because I remember sending that in, and then after 4 weeks thinking, well, all right, I guess that was not going to happen. And I think it came 3 months later. It was ridiculously long. Just a box showed up. I'm like, what the heck is this? Open it up. Holy crap, it came! 3 or 4 months later, it was pretty amazing. But he's an adorable little Vivi, and he has made friends with the adorable Lego Dragon Mini-Me. So that, the viewer who made that is LordSmapy, who does have a YouTube channel and posts Let's Plays. I will include a link below because, go give him some, love and respect for doing this absolutely adorable Mini-Me dragon. And, maybe you'll find another person to subscribe to. So, once again, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank everyone out there who's been supporting me, whether it's on Patreon, Ko-fi, Twitch, chatting on Discord, leaving comments, leaving likes. It really does all mean a lot to me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for everything that you've been doing to show your support. And I look forward to interacting with you all in, the coming weeks, months, and hopefully years. See you in the next update video, everyone.